Masterchat in the house tonight. And as we Masterchat in the house tonight, we welcome back a friend of the show.
Hello.
Perhaps the best friend of the show. The BFF of Masterchat, Mr. Dan Hall.
Hello.
Welcome, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
Are you excited?
I was, and then you did that theme song, and now I'm more confused.
Well, it's not the official theme song yet.
Okay,
we have
it's
to
a
clear it with
contender.
licensing.
All right, sure.
We have to discuss it with Red Foo.
Get his say-so.
Not so much Sky Blue.
Run it by the food.
Yeah, Red Foo really handles that side of it. If we
He's a
can
real
get that,
business mind.
say we're doing a Weird Al Yankovic kind of thing,
Yep.
putting the word Masterchat in your hit song,
Sure.
you know,
Well, he's in the country now.
we shoot a credit sequence where you and me do the zombie shuffle.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Me either, but I believe it's quite popular.
Great.
Yeah, so, and speaking of zombies, this week on Masterchef was Fast Food Week. Now, I know you.
Sure, a bit.
I mean, obviously I know you because you're on the show.
Because
I
here
don't
we are,
invite
in the
strangers.
same room.
I didn't just ask a hobo.
I haven't been CG'd into this.
Come into the studio.
No. You could,
And
though,
get some
next
more.
week, get a hobo's take on
Next
Masterchef.
week we might say anyone who would like a hot meal and shelter for the night, would you like to be on Masterchat?
We'll shelter for whatever the 15 minutes this goes for.
But no, but
I'm not made of houses.
well, some of us are.
Okay.
Not literally, but in a way.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I mean, those who are made of houses shouldn't throw stones.
At other...
They can't. They have no fingers. They've just got houses on the end of their house arms.
Fast Food Week.
Fast Food Week. Thank you for bringing us back around that track.
Yeah, I did it very subtly. I don't
As
know
I
if
was
you
saying, I
noticed.
know you, and I know you
Yes.
like fast food.
That's very true. The faster the better.
Yeah.
Just hurl food at me.
Is it the speed of the food that you enjoy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I feel like I have to... If it's coming at me really quickly,
Yeah.
it'll probably digest really quickly and I won't gain any weight.
So you'd say...
It's that fast. It's just like, it's barely inside you at all.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that concept.
Yes, it's been around for years. It's
Not
tried
with
and
food
tested.
necessarily. But, so you'd say if you were, say, at KFC,
Yep.
and behind the servers,
Yep.
there's the thing with the... They're like racks, and the food is...
Do you mean the rack? The food rack?
I guess it's a rack?
Yeah.
It's got
It's got chutes in it.
shoots. Yeah, shoots, that's the word.
The shoot rack.
You would like it if those
Say my
chute
first
racks
rodeo.
were sort of motorised, and instead of people just dropping them down, they slide down, pick them up. They actually fired the food
Imagine
out
a
of the
catapult.
customer. Yeah,
Yeah. From the kitchen, over the counter,
yeah,
at me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for your drink, the server could just get like a super soaker and fire the drink
No,
into
I
your
would take my
face.
time with the drink.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to take my time with the drink. The
Really?
drink's a different thing.
I guess it's fast food, not there's no such thing as fast drink.
Exactly.
Then again, there's no such thing as slow drink.
True.
There's just drink.
Drink. So it's fast food and drink.
Drink is a bit bland.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have...
Let's invent fast drink.
That's why they
Make a
don't-
note of that.
that's
Let's
why they-
write that down. We'll get back to that later.
They don't have Masterchef for drinks.
No.
Maybe they should. Maybe the next series will
Yeah.
be Masterchef
Be like,
drinks.
well, it'll be like, that actually works, because like bartending and
Yeah.
crazy Tom Cruise and cocktails sort of
Yeah.
stuff, that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually legitimately suggesting this.
But only to me, to be fair, which is useless.
But you're
What can I do
you're the
with it?
president of showbiz, right? You
Well,
can make this happen.
Well, you know, I was close to that.
How else would we have wound up here?
Last year I was invited to the Masterchef season launch.
Invited to or just went to?
I was invited to. I wasn't
don't believe
been
you.
allowed in. It was very secretive. They hid where they were.
You mean within the venue, everybody was under their
No,
tables?
I mean they were up on a roof.
You
and there was
arrived and it seemed like it was
from
empty.
ground level, there was no sign that anything was going on.
Okay.
It was like a deserted... Well, it wasn't a warehouse, but it was like a deserted warehouse in that it was deserted. This year, they did
It
not...
wasn't an
invite-
entree and a main warehouse first, then a dessert.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry.
You're thinking of like a warehouse with icing.
Yeah.
No.
Go on.
I wasn't invited this year.
Okay.
So I
that's
think
very
I've
sad
lost
for you.
my influence.
Oh wow.
Which is sad, because the show's gone downhill since they stopped inviting me to parties.
It has a little bit.
They haven't made that correlation. Fast Food Week.
Fast food week.
Did you notice that most of the week had nothing to do with fast food?
I did notice that. It had a lot more to do with Alfa Romeos.
They started out with first night, fast food.
Yep.
The fast food connection was, let's make some fast food.
Yes, and they had the gimmick of Matt Preston's going to get it and coming back, and that's the time limit for the challenge. So, okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of thought put into that.
Second night, the fast food connection was, you have to make some food fast.
Yes.
Which didn't go well for anyone.
But that's kind of the point of every single episode of Masterchef.
Yes, exactly.
There's always a time limit.
Exactly. You can't just say fast food that is fast. That's every single night.
You have to make food whilst on a treadmill.
Or put food on a treadmill.
Yes.
As the judges lay on their bellies, shooting their tongues out.
Hey, that's my idea. Just catapulting food at people.
No, this is it goes past, sort of like sushi train.
Oh, but faster.
But on a treadmill, on the ground level.
Okay,
and you don't
cool.
get to use your hands. Your hands are tied behind you and you just have to...
This is like a terrible, terrible sequence from a really late Saw sequel.
Very late Saw sequel.
Yeah.
Like Saw 12.
Yeah, Saw 12.
Which MasterChef is getting to resemble. Anyway, the third night, they completely broke the fast food.
They were serving
Because
club
let's
sandwiches
drive
to
some
rich
cars.
white people. Cars can be fast. They were in cars.
Yeah, but I guess the ingredients were in the cars briefly. Most of the
Sort
time in the
of.
cars was spent with no food.
They had to milk a goat. Goats move reasonably quickly.
But not while you're milking them.
Yes.
That was the problem. They had to get
They
the
move
goats
even
to slow
quicker
down.
when you're trying to milk them.
And they don't want to be
Yes,
milked.
They do not like to be milked.
Luckily, Linton knew how to handle a
Ah,
goat, which
Linton.
I feel is probably how he also handles a woman/man/me.
Is there anything wrong with that?
No.
He was very tender with that.
I
goat.
don't mind if
Caressing it,
Linton...
whispering it.
I don't mind if Linton wants to milk me. Linton, I'm sure you're watching. I know you always do. If you want to soothe me to a point where I can be milked, that's cool. That's cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have some appropriate mixtapes that we can put on. We'll get in the... I'll already be in the mood. I will get you in the mood. I'll get you in the mood to hold me like a milk-filled goat.
Can I leave right now? Because I feel very strange.
No, okay, it's awkward.
Are you done?
It's awkward, obviously, to see a public display of affection
Yes.
between a loving couple like me and Linton.
Sure. Okay, yes, that's
Yes.
true. Wherever he is, I'm sure he reciprocates.
Okay, let's move on then from my
Please.
relationship. Tell me your opinion of the fact that one team got very, very lost and I think ended up in a different state for a while.
Yes, they had a different state, in a different country somehow.
Yeah.
They were driving through Canada for a period there.
Yes.
Nobody knows how. They don't remember driving over
They were
water.
sort of in the woods. They were passing the Blair Witch scratched on trees.
Yes, they were driving through 1964 at one point.
So, now,
I loved it.
I guess there's I loved it.
Because it
Two
rent-
thumbs up for getting lost.
Because it rendered the challenges completely meaningless. Where it was, two teams are going to arrive at this point, they're both going to make an omelette, and the best one will get to choose.
Yeah.
But also, just the first one got it. Like,
Yeah,
nobody had thought it through.
no.
Where if there's only one team here, they're going to have the best omelette.
Yes.
Yes, because an omelette is a better omelette than no
I
omelette.
guess what they thought is The Amazing Race is a popular show, let's make that.
But with lots of mentions of Alfa Romeos.
The trouble, yes.
Have you heard about Alfa Romeos? They're great.
They're great. And did you notice every contestant started off, oh, I can't wait to drive those Alfa Romeos.
Manila.
I just can't wait to drive them.
Yes, because driving them is very fun and great, and will make you a better person and a better lover.
But they kept calling them cars.
And we know an Alfa Romeo is not a car.
Yeah, so you're muddying the message there.
Yes.
Masterchef, just a tip. Don't fuck things up for your sponsors quite so much next time.
Do we swear?
When it comes to Alfa Romeos, we swear.
Oh, the floodgates are open. Alfa Romeo, right?
Alfa
Hey?
Romeo is the swearing car.
Yes, the car in which to swear and at which to swear.
Yeah, and on which to swear if you're standing on
Whoa,
top
whoa,
of
whoa.
it, pretending to be a surfer,
Sure.
like people do.
Do they?
Yeah.
So yes, the challenges were all meaningless. The red team had to go through the motions of it anyway.
The point is, they did this Amazing Race thing, but they didn't have the element where after the challenges, they all rush to the airport and meet up, and everything gets like reset.
Yes.
And also, they only did it for one episode, so it's pointless.
Yes, everything was pointless. There was an hour of people just driving around, other people doing things, and then the first people having to do those things even though it meant nothing.
Then rendered even more pointless by the fact that the team that was half an hour behind finished their sandwiches first.
Yes.
Thus meaning it didn't even matter that much.
No. When the challenge is just to make a good sandwich, maybe just concentrate on that.
Why not? Why not just drive? You have to drive the cars.
Yes.
Why not get them to make the sandwiches while driving the cars? Why not set up the production line?
Okay.
You have to precision drive and you have to pass the ingredients through the windows while moving. So you have to
like those guys at the show.
Perfectly level.
Yes.
That's a skill.
And the jetpack guy could fly past. The show's
and
so
then
much
there's
fun.
the monster truck.
Yes.
Jumps over them.
Yes, and then there's fireworks. See, what I was thinking was just take...
That's why every episode of Masterchef should just be, and then there's fireworks.
And then they're at the showgrounds.
Yes.
This shouldn't be too hard to
Should we say
arrange.
that? Does everyone know that? They're at the showgrounds. Do we know
I'm pretty sure they
that?
advertised it.
Okay.
They're at the showgrounds. They're not like on the moon or something.
No,
What are we
they're
destroying?
in
What
Melbourne.
image are we ruining?
They're in Melbourne.
Yeah.
No, but they don't want people bothering them.
They're not there right now. The show's already been recorded.
No, but has it?
It's not live.
Obviously the ones that have been
the show
on
is
have
not
been recorded.
live.
No, it's not live. I'm saying, have they actually finished taping the whole series?
I don't know.
No. See, you don't know.
Why don't you call your good friend Matt Preston, who you
can't.
met when you got invited to the launch
can't
party, and asked?
Do that, obviously.
Because he's recording right now.
Because they don't invite me anymore. And
Clearly.
it's going to be awkward.
Because you kept calling them and asking if they're still recording.
Because what I'm going to ring up and say, hi Matt, I hear the launch was really good this year. Was it fun?
Yeah, who was invited?
Did you enjoy yourself with all the, big knobs?
All those people who got invited. And then just sort of sobbing into the phone.
Jules was eliminated.
That made me very sad.
Really?
Yes. I
What
like
made me
Jules.
sad was the sight of her she's got yogurt and a lobster and half an hour to do something. Even if you had 3 hours, you can't do anything with it.
No, that was a rough challenge. That seemed especially difficult for an elimination challenge.
It did.
Compared to like, oh, here's a hot dog.
Yeah.
Whip that up.
To be fair, it was a weird hot dog.
Yeah.
It was like, here's a weird hot dog. Like, meaninglessly weird. I bet it doesn't even taste any better than a normal hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's a weird hot dog that you have to make by, like, blending bacon together or something.
And there's cucumber in there.
Yeah. Why is there
For
cucumber?
some reason.
There is no reason to have cucumber in anything. Ever.
Whoa.
Ever.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, I'm saying that.
I'm
including
pro-cucumber. Generally,
sandwiches.
I'm anti-cucumber in hot dog.
Sorry?
I'm pro-cucumber, just generally.
You're pro-cucumber.
In a
but
more
not on
general
hot dog.
sense, not on a hot dog. Should clarify, I don't eat hot dogs. I haven't eaten a hot dog for about 12 years. So I should probably shut up. I'll shut up.
No, what if you'd been in that challenge? You'd have been like Samira,
Yes.
who was eliminated because she also doesn't eat hot dogs and thus didn't know how to make one.
Yes.
Although,
it
mind
seems...
you, Nolene didn't either.
No, she made...
Literally, she didn't make one.
Put all the ingredients on a plate and then brought it to the judges.
Yeah.
As if that was the same as cooking something.
Yeah, which it's not, Nolene. Let's get this straight. It's not. If the night before you'd served the Alfa Romeo people a plate with the ingredients of a club sandwich, I don't think you'd have done that well.
Chicken, a tomato, a piece of bread, here's your sandwich.
Yeah. Here's your sandwich. It's not a sandwich. Well, it has the elements of a sandwich and
deconstructed.
they taste great.
Yes. Just imagine what these could be.
Like, I feel like a lot of cooking is combining ingredients. Like, yes...
When you say a lot of cooking, do you mean like all of cooking?
Yeah.
Do you mean the definition of
very
cooking?
large proportion
Yes.
of cooking. Like, yes, we could just take ingredients that we like, put them all in our mouth at once and sort of go to mix them up.
Yes.
Cooking sort
Could
of
do, have done.
makes
Will do again.
the invention of cooking
Yes.
that the humans didn't have to
By
do
Alfred Cooking back in the,
Back in the
1920s.
The 20s,
Yes.
as early as that.
Well, it's not on record.
In the Jazz Age.
Yes.
It was probably part of the
Yes.
whole experimentation.
Yes.
Jazz and flappers
Yeah.
and Hemingway and that sort of thing.
And Hemingway who invented cooking.
Hemingway who
and
invented
jazz.
cooking
Yes.
in his disappointment that Gertrude Stein had rejected his advances.
Yes, and he thought, I'll show Gertrude.
I'll show her by putting things together. food.
in ways that nobody had ever thought
And
to
no
before.
longer will everyone have to shake their heads from side to side in order to combine flavours.
He was a revolutionary.
Yeah.
And these many years later, Samira has been eliminated.
Yes.
Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill?
Winston Churchill.
I was thinking of
would have
making a
been
Winston
glad
Churchill
Samira was
joke
eliminated. He
while we were
hated
doing the Ernest Hemingway thing
Muslims.
because I had a different time period in mind. And then I said that.
Did you have the...
And it's now basically gibberish.
Were you thinking of the disastrous Gallipoli campaign when you thought of Samira?
No, but now I am.
I'm not sure what the metaphor is there, but...
She failed like
She
those
failed
soldiers did.
Like our boys did at
Yeah,
Gallipoli.
but it seems kind of fair and just that the person who, like, cannot/will not even eat a hot dog lost
Yeah.
on the hot dog challenge.
Yes.
Like, it's unfortunate for her, but, you know what, fair enough.
Yeah. But were they laying a trap for her in that?
In a cooking contest that runs this long, pork will probably come up.
True.
Like, sooner or
Does it
later.
have to? As in a challenge?
I don't know, like, legally? Probably not.
Yeah, legally. Under the Masterchef
I haven't
Act,
read all the fine
does it
print.
specify that pork must come up once a year?
Yes. Sure. Let's say yes.
That's...
Why don't you call your good friend Matt Preston and ask?
No, I'll ring the show's lawyers. They have a legal team. It's probably Greg Sitch. He's a show business
Yeah, Rob
lawyer.
Sitch's brother.
Yes, it is. And he's a show business lawyer.
Lawyer. He's a cooking show business lawyer.
Probably not.
Is he even a real person? I don't know where
Yes, he's a
going.
real person.
I don't believe you.
He was a lawyer for, like, the panel.
Okay.
So, my point is, do they have to make a challenge where you got no choice but to cook with pork? Like, they could have said,
It
make a
would
hot dog and
seem-
say, well, if you want to try to make a hot dog out of chicken, give it a go.
Well, no, because sometimes the challenge revolves around a specific dish, a specific meal.
That's true.
Well, this challenge is cooking lobster, except you can use apples if you want.
That's true. But is there any... Well, that would have been good. What if...
Lobster made of
What
apples.
if they'd given, like...
Somebody would go home on that one.
What if they'd, like, given an out in the auction one, where it's like, okay, you bought lobster,
You idiot.
you have one chance to swap it out. You can swap out your meat for a fruit of your choice.
Or
You can make yogurt apples instead of yogurt lobster.
you can swap it out for a chance to punch Rishi in the face once. And he's not allowed to defend
I
himself.
think Rishi would be annoying because he knows how good he is,
Yes.
and he's right.
But that's... Yes. But that's, like... Rishi screwed Jules.
Yes.
Intentionally and well. And I'm not saying he did a bad thing. I'm not criticising Rishi. He's playing the
because
game.
He screwed Jules over in what was essentially a screw your teammate over
Yes,
challenge.
he was invited and encouraged to do so.
Yes.
And he did it well.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
But that was... He backed her into a very, very difficult corner.
But you know what? If Jules had pulled out, it would have been Rishi left with the lobster and very little time to cook it.
Yes.
She could have pulled out one step before.
But she didn't. Because she would have been stuck with rabbit.
He was stuck with rabbit and he won.
Yeah, but he had an hour and a half
This
to
is
do
the
something with
lesson.
it. In an hour and a half, you can turn rabbit into, I don't know, cake
An
or
hour
something.
with a rabbit is better than half an hour with a lobster. And that goes as much for food as for any other area of life.
Well, they go at everything like rabbits. So you get a lot
Lobsters-
done in an hour and a half.
And, you know, in seaside communities, the expression is going at it like a lobster.
Just like stabbing people with your hands.
Do you know what lobster yogurt means in the maritime community?
No, but it's probably disgusting.
As in the old sea shanty, spray me with your lobster yogurt.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Do you realise how disgusting fishermen are?
Seaside communities are disgusting.
Have you seen The Wicker Man?
Yes.
They're all like that.
Oh, great. Oh, the bees.
No, the version without the bees.
Pass.
They're not that bad. They have a lot of sex and murder, but not bees.
All right. So is it lobster instead of bees? Is that what you're saying? Just
No.
thousands of them flying around.
Yeah, they have flying lobsters. No, you think they're flying, but they're actually being shot from the motorised racks at
Oh,
KFC.
of course. It all comes together.
Or KFL, as it's called.
Yes.
Look, we've analysed this fast food
Yes.
week in depth.
Jules was eliminated, perhaps unfairly. Samira was eliminated pretty fairly.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, and so who's going to win?
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Probably Rishi.
Probably Rishi. Do you say that because he's better at cooking than anyone else?
Yes, but that's a
Interesting.
coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
That's not what it takes to win.
It's because he cares not for his fellow man.
Yes, it is because he's clearly so very skilled at just screwing people over. At just dominating everybody.
Like if it's him and Kelty looks like he's doing well, Rishi will kill Kelty.
Yes. Have you,
Pretty
with
much
his
kill
bare
Kelty
hands, like
anyway.
Rishi's got pretty solid forearms.
Kelty
Like Rishi's in shape, he could take a dude down.
Yeah, or even, and if he can take a dude down, he can take Kelty down.
Yes.
You realise, I mean, those people living in that same house with Kelty for weeks, they've shown him
He
remarkable
could
self-restraint.
single-handedly de-Kelt that household.
He's
forever.
Not a single morning has Kelty shown up in the kitchen with bruises, which I
Just
think
like
is
lacerations
remarkable.
all over his
Not
face.
anywhere that it shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rishi probably knows how to hit you so it doesn't show.
Yes.
That's why he'll win.
Rishi could probably kill you without touching you. He's that focused.
Yeah. Just like Linton can, without touching
No, I
me.
can touch you without killing you.
No, if he touched me, I'll die.
Big
there-
overly milked.
There we have it.
Do we?
Master chatting in the house tonight has been Dan Hall.
Hello.
Rishi will
Bye.
win. Linton, I believe you have my details.
If you don't, you will soon. Ben will find you.
Tune in to Master Chat next week when our guest will be the goat that Linton helped milk.
Oh, what a story that would be.
Thank you. Happy Master Chatting.
Thank you.